Hello, hello. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you, Emily. All right, my name is Bianca. I'll be guiding you through practice today. If you're just hopping on, we need a wall for class. You can always move to the wall later, like I said, but let's start on our backs, please. Make your way there. Happy Friday. Hope you're feeling ready for the weekend. Great. Once you're laying down, just hug the knees into your chest. Start to breathe, start to ground. Maybe move your knees side to side. Good. And start to relax your spine. Maybe this is your first yoga class of the week, maybe not. From here, plant your feet down onto the mat. Place one hand to the heart space, one hand to the belly. Take a deep breath in. Audible exhale, let it go. Great, inhale through the nose. Cleansing exhale, release. Good. And then from here, you can simply just start to breathe deeper. If there's any other hand or legs or arm position that works better for you, you can take it as well. And then just taking a moment to recognize yourself on this Friday, everything that you've accomplished this week. Breathing deeply here. And then also recognizing any times you were really hard on yourself or stressed or anxious or fearful. And then just allowing those emotions to pass through. Keep breathing here. I've personally felt a little bit, I think I've watched too many doom and gloom videos as far as like in the more financial sense of everything going on, and so I had to really like let it go as far as worries and stresses with everything that's happening related to that. I don't know if you can relate. And then so consciously letting go of those feelings if they exist within you, and if not, if you feel perfectly at peace, continue to channel that in. Just take a few more breaths. Good. From here, inhale the knees into the chest, just relax your hands, hold on to the knees, and then find some knee circles, bicycle. Place your hands onto your rib cage, ground yourself, starting to activate through the core here. Nice. Imagine that you're just literally walking in the air, or you're riding a bicycle in the air. Feeling the inner thighs start to activate, and then reverse your circles with your knees, reverse the bicycle movement. As you do this, make sure you're still breathing. A few more. Notice the strength in the core starting to build up, the inner thighs, the quads. Good. And then hug your knees into your chest. Send the legs straight up. From here, capture your toes, maybe your ankle, maybe your calves, anything that you can reach here. Try to let your whole sacrum rest onto the mat. If your low back is lifting, that's fine, but that's a completely different stretch. So I want you to target your hamstrings. And then allow your heels to flex high to the sky, feeling right away this stretch in the back of the legs. Nice. Make sure the head is still resting. Let your left heel lower down, and then start to bend the right knee, and then extend the right leg straight up. If you feel more comfortable doing this with a strap, that's great too, but I think if anything, you can just do this with your hands so you can hold on to your calf or your ankle. We are going to be utilizing our hamstrings a lot as far as like stretch and flexibility. And then bring your left leg up, inhale, and then exhale, lower your right leg down. bend your left knee, and then exhale, straighten it out. You can do the bend and straighten, or you can just start to pull in towards your chest, whichever one feels better. Noticing any areas of tension there. Try to relax your jaw, relax your neck and your shoulders because you're just laying down. Good. Inhale, lift both legs up. On the exhale, arms by your sides, and then legs down to 45. Only to 45 so you can really feel the core activation here. And then inhale, legs up, and exhale, legs lower. So find your low abs in, navel in, inhale up, and then exhale lower. So just activating your whole core here. Inhale up. You might also feel this in the inner thighs, the tops of the legs. Try to relax your arms. Good, inhale up. Last one, exhale, we're gonna hold. Breathe deeply here, secure the core, and nice, knees into chest. Rock and roll, forward and back, as many times as you need, and then we'll find our tabletop. Cross through the legs, plant the palms, and begin your cat and cows. So notice how your core is activated there. Stretch it out. Add in some circles with your hips. Do anything that feels nice to you. Just listen to your breath here. Good. From here, neutralize the spine. Sit straight back into a child's pose. And then on the inhale, reach the chest forward and the thighs down to the mat for your seal, moving front and back. Try to feel out the stretch wherever you feel it, maybe underarms, mid back, and try not to dip too much into the low back. You can move as fast or as slow as you'd like. You can hold even if you want. It's just getting comfortable in your body, starting to tune out the outside world, just being here. And then once you're ready, sit the hips, align with the knees, and then find your puppy pose. So hips over the knees, forehead yearns towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch. Okay, secure the tops of the feet, the shoelaces part of the feet onto the mat here as you stretch the shoulders, underarms, very important. Yeah, good. Walk the hands closer to you just by an inch. All right, then hips over knees. Start to very gently bounce at the shoulders. Listen, if you have any shoulder things that this doesn't feel good, please just find regular puppy pose, but find some gentle movements here up and down. Stretch the underarms, stretch the shoulders. Nice. All right, inhale, lift yourself up some more. Walk your hands about a palm print back. Okay, now we're here in like a longer tabletop. Then inhale, breath. On the exhale, lower both forearms at the same time. Nice. Inhale, both forearms lift. Once again, if you have any elbow things, you don't have to do this, or you could do it one at a time, or you could pick up your entire hand and press it down like that. But if it does feel fine for your joints, you start to lower and lift. Both at the same time. If you can, again, that modification I gave you where you lift the whole hand and you press it down, that works too. Feeling the stability in the shoulders, the strength in the wrists, the strength in the forearms. Notice what your tailbone is doing. Can you leave it somewhat neutral or tucked here, not flared out like this? You want it tucked in. Get a few more. Already feeling the shoulder strength. All right, and then plant the palms, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Once you're in your down dog, begin to pedal it out. Bend one knee, bend the other. Hopefully hamstrings are already more awakened from the beginning. And then simply hold your down dog there. Press your chest towards the thighs and lengthen through the arms. Look back at the toes, maybe the back edge of your mat. Nice, lower down to the knees, give it a rest. All right, inhale, lift the arms up, stand up on the shins. And exhale, circle the arms back. So repeat. Loosening up through the shoulders, loosening up through your upper back here, especially after a long week of perhaps maybe curling the shoulders forward a lot when you're working. Keep the ribs in. Nice, plant the palms, then lift yourself up to your forward fold. Just stay at the center of your mat, somewhere there, and bend the knees. Let your chest come down towards the thighs, sway side to side. Shake your head yes and no. And then walk your feet a little bit closer together, still have some space, hands to hips, rise up. On the exhale, find a back bend, support your low back here. Press the hips forward, expand through the heart. And inhale, upright, arms high. We're gonna do that again. Exhale, hands to the low back, back bend. Inhale, overhead. One last exhale to your back bend. And inhale, upright. Interlace the hands, leave the pointer finger out, and then exhale, dive down. Halfway lift, lengthen. On the exhale, find plank. All right, you can do this on your forearms, you can do this on your knees. Listen carefully, just slide your shoulders over the palms and the wrists. Align your heels over the toes. If you know that you have anything going on with your low back, lower down to the right knee. And then everyone, please lift your left toes pointed to the back. The height of your left leg should not have moved. You're balancing on the right toes and the both hands. And switch. Tuck their left toes and then simply point your right toes back and off the mat. Core strong, inner thighs strong. Again, the height of the right leg did not change. Good. Plank, regular, and then exhale, down dog. Nice. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk and step to the middle. Find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold this time. Hold on to your ankles here, elbows to the sides. Breathe. Let yourself descend. Relax your head. All right, hands to hips, rise up. One more back bend. Hands to your low back and press. Really good. Inhale, arms high now, and sit back into chair pose. Walk your feet together if you'd like. Sit the hips. Weight into the heels. Arms back at your heart space or up. I know, it's getting warmer, right? Lift the arms high, sit low. And exhale, stand straight up. Arms by the sides. We'll repeat that. Inhale, sit back into your chair pose. There's so much strength in this seat. Though I want you to focus on your core here. Sit the hips further back, look for your toes, and stand up, arms to the sides. 3 more. Inhale, sit back into chair. Exhale, straighten, arms by the sides. 2 more. Inhale, sit back into chair. Train the mind, strengthen the body. And exhale, arms by the sides. One last. Inhale, arms up, chair pose, or arms back if you need. Nice. Exhale, forward fold. Widen the legs as wide as your mat now. Feel free to shift back into the heels or twist or anything else, like hold on to the ankle. Whatever feels good. for your bounce. Once again, targeting those hamstrings. Good. Halfway lift with the wide legs. And then exhale, turn the toes out. Heels in for your frog. Trying to let go here, you can twist right and left. Letting go of the weak, any tension in the hips. If you're really feeling up for it, you could find a crow pose right away. Some of you may want to stay in your frog, just hands to heart, really digging into that hip release. Whatever pose you're doing, just ensure your breath is steady. And then everyone exhale to the plank pose that we did. Stay strong. Once again, that knee option is great if you have anything with your low back. Let's start with the left leg. Point the left toes back. Nothing changed. Press the ground away. Round the upper back. And tuck the left toes. Right side. Inhale. Still in plank, you're just balancing. Good. Exhale, lower the knees. And inhale, balance on the shins, arms up and back. Take those circles again. Try to widen the range of motion for your arms. If you're like me, you're a little bit out of breath, start to circle the arms, or rather start to breathe deeply. I've been trying to up my cardio, guys. I've been taking some spin classes, just trying to get that heart rate. Always good for longevity at any age. And then exhale, we'll return the palms down. We'll go for our second cat cow of the day. Inhale, cow pose, and then exhale, round your back. Inhale, and then exhale. Walk your hands forward a bit, a palm print. Then we'll go again with our forearm presses. You can scoot your knees back. Once again, there is that variation I told you earlier, but everyone lower down both forearms at the same time and press up at the same time. And lower down and press up. Once again, tailbone slightly tucked, ribs pull in. This should feel like a crunch a little bit for your core. Just a few more here. If your elbows don't move at the same time, that's just a bit of mind control, a little bit of coordination, and you might have a dominant side that you're working with. All right, so let that go. Have a seat onto your heels. Take the fingertips behind you and just do a big back bend here. Expand your chest. Look up. A few more breaths here. Bend those elbows. And exhale. Plant the right foot in front for your low lunge. Settle in to the hips. Hands can be by the sides here. Once you're here, I'd like you to explore your neck, so look right and left. Down, or chin up. All the while you're really opening up through this left hip flexor and the right inner thigh. And then have your width of your pose be pretty narrow, like hips with distance, nothing wider. On the exhale, sit back into your half splits. We'll hold this pose here. Fingertips can reach forward. Point your toes high to the sky. Activate your right quad. And then think of just elongating the spine forward as much as you can. So you're really maximizing the hamstring stretch. Doing really good. Keep breathing. And then exhale, right foot down. From here, inhale, walk your left knee closer to you and lift the arms up, rise. We'll take the hands to the low back. Now find a back bend. Also a little bit more hip flexor. If your left knee needs support, just take a pillow underneath. Breathe. And then exhale, plant the palms. Slide your right knee back down to the mat, sit down onto the heels, find that second seated back bend. Think of trying to open up through the sternum here, elbows back. Shoulders down, gaze up. And exhale, switch left foot forward. You can widen the stance lengthwise, so front and back, and sit low into the hips. Orient your hip bones, or rather your frontal hip points forward here. So if you're twisted to the right, bring it in. Using your right inner thigh, spiral it back. And then here you can again explore the neck. Look over to the left, down, up, maybe to the right. Another area we hold tension. If your fingers are getting tired, you can make fists, but either way, just letting those hips release, very important. And then from here, exhale, sit back into your half splits. Have that nice alignment, so your right hip is above the right knee, your left toes point skyward. Even if there's a bend in this left knee, you're still getting the effects if you push your left heel down into the mat. So there's that opening of the backside and the contracting of the top side of the leg. Okay, keep breathing. Just one more here, focusing on the stretch. Plant your left foot. On the inhale, bring your right knee closer, rise up. And then exhale, take the hands to the low back. Find your stretch now. Just be gentle on your knee. Again, if you do feel something like pressure on the knee, you could transfer more weight into the left foot so you feel more support. Maybe even if all you're doing here is looking up with support, that's fine. And then exhale, hands to the ground. Step your left knee back. One more time with that back bend. Some of you want to level up, you can go into camel, or you can just stay seated. Exhale, child's pose, let it go. And rest. Embryo or child's pose. 3 breaths here. You can look right and left in your child's pose. And rise it on up. Good. Table. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg. And then exhale, step forward. We'll lift it up for our crescent lunge. Take your time here. Settle into the pose. Okay. Lift the arms. Find your balance. Perhaps explore the depth in the right thigh. Breathe a lot. Expand in that 360-degree breath. So your entire rib cage, think of it as expanding front and back, side to side, diagonally. Lift your left heel. Really feel how this pose is activating your legs. And then exhale. Ground the left heel, please. Warrior 1. Just notice the change. Settle in a bit more. Maybe hands connect. Perhaps gaze up. Unclench your toes. Really balance onto the feet. Heels. Ball of your feet. And slowly shift forward for pyramid pose. Let it go. And then if you want, you can just hold. You can bend the elbows, or you can find a slight, very, very gentle bounce with the chest forward. So do what is appropriate and what will serve you the most. On the exhale, lower the left knee, please. Okay, plant your hands, right leg back, and left arm forward. Good. Now you're bouncing on the right hand, the left knee. Bring the midline in, so right inner thigh. Ribs away from the floor. Hold and breathe. try to lift your right heel to the height of your hip. Nice. All right, let's go. Let's bring your left hand and your right heel into the midline. So small taps in on the exhales. Exhale, exhale. So you're find your brain coordination here. So you bring everything to the midline. Yes, you got this. Keep going. Last 3, 2, 1. Release, hands, knees, cat, cow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Good work. Exhale. Tuck the toes, down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step forward. Just take your time here. Inhale to crescent lunge. You want your knee, the front knee above your front ankle or heel, and then lifting the right heel here. Just getting really present. And then while we hold, we're gonna hold it the same amount of time, but wanted to share, it's like what we let into our vines, we do have control over. So, you know, if the news or things get you down, maybe just take a break from it is what I'm learning. Settle into the pose a bit more. Unclench those toes, unclench your jaw, relax your face. Don't be afraid of going to your limit here. And then right heel comes down for your warrior 1. Notice the difference in the feeling of the back leg. Each of these poses, the rib stays in. Good. Just notice any heat starting to form, because when you hold poses, it does create a lot of strength and heat in the body. Nice. Exhale, hands to the ground. Listen, right knee down, left leg back, right arm forward. You want your left shoulder over the left hand. Look straight down so the back of the neck is long. And then resist gravity, because it's going to want to pull that leg down and the arm. You're gonna find your counterbalance, really strong core here. All right, from here, everything goes to midline, hand and left foot. Let's go. Exhale, in, 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 and in. Keep going. So strong. 5, 4, 3, lift the leg, 2, and 1. Nice work. Release the knees and the hands. Inhale for cow pose. And exhale for cat. We'll take a quick puppy pose now. Good. On the inhale, lift yourself up, lower down to the belly, slide your knees back, please, for this one, and then find Sphinx pose. So forearms to the ground, and lift your chest. Extend your legs about hips width distance. Okay, good. Breathe. Press the chest forward, pull the elbows back on the floor. Slight tuck in the chin, really feel the stretch there. Okay, then listen carefully. Again, if you have shoulder or elbow stuff, just stay here. If you want to add on, lift the arms both at the same time and exhale, lower. If that's too much on the low back, I want you to go into cobra and then up. So you're going to shorten the distance like this. Otherwise, you're here lifting up and lowering. These small movements do so much for the body. It's muscles that we don't always use. Keep going. It's really opening up the back. It's strengthening the spinal muscles, the core. You gotta keep going. And last one. Good, good, good. All right, take the hands behind you. You're either gonna do cobra or up dog. Or sorry, not behind you, next to you. Inhale, cobra, up dog. And then exhale to the knees. Sit back to child's pose. And lift yourself up to down dog. 5 breaths there. If you need water, take it. All right, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, hop to the top. Halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Mountain pose, arms high. And then exhale, hands to heart. Whew, nice. All right, now you're standing up. Just shake out the shoulders. Let that go. Our arms up. Big arm circles. Try to lead with your non-dominant arm. So focus your sensation on the other arm. Yeah. And from here, take your right knee, lift it up. Start to balance onto your knee, or rather, no, balance on your left foot, lift your right knee up. Flex and point your right toes, so you find your balance. And then lean back so that your shoulders are over the hips. Isolate the left glute. You want this glute feeling for later, the left glute feeling, so just remember that. How active the inner thighs are, how strong that left leg is. Okay, from here, slide the right leg back straight into your warrior 3. The arms can go back. Lean the chest forward if you have some availability with that. Remember that pose where we had the right leg back, left arm forward for how the spine should be here. And then exhale, feet together. Good. Inhale, the arms high. And then exhale, hold on to the left leg, left shin, left knee. Position yourself straight, center, midline, and then flex and point your left foot. Widen through your right toes. Just relax your shoulders. Find a steady gaze forward. Once again, just while you're balancing, think of everything that's working here. So your glutes, the area where your hamstring connects with your glute, and then the inner right thigh as well. Your calf, your quad. Once you feel prepared, extend the left leg back, warrior 3. And try not to tip open towards the left. So stay centered. Gaze straight down if you can. Nice. And bring it in. Good work. Inhale, arms high. We'll take some rest here in a tree pose. Right foot in to the inner thigh. And reach the arms high. So just a moment of rest. In this very familiar balancing pose, spread your right toes, take up real estate along the left leg. Okay, and then here you could hold on to your knee or your foot. We will extend the leg forward on the inhale. Once again, knee or toes or outer foot here. Just balance. Think of this as the same as when we're on our back. Tensing up your left leg, little micro bend so you can really balance. Return it to tree. Lift the arms. And then exhale, both hands lower down. We'll let that go and lift up. Inhale the left leg. If balance is a challenge today, that's all good. Maybe you have a lack of sleep, or it's just not, you're feeling off, that's all good. Lift the arms up in your tree pose. Spread the right toes a lot. Even out your hips. Maybe you can bend the left knee forward a bit more. And then as gracefully as you did on the other side, you'll slowly hold onto the knee, your toes or the outside of the left foot for the leg extension forward. Press the lower abs in. Everything through the midline. Strong right hamstring. And let it rest. Nice work. Inhale, reach up. On the exhale, widen the feet hips width, fold forward. Let it go halfway, lift, breathe in. And then exhale, hold on to your ankles, your big toes, or your calves. So you fold in half. You can take your peace fingers around your big toes as well. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Here we're continuing to build. So let's do that same plank again. Lift your right toes first now, point it, hold. Keep your mind strong, arms strong, and switch. Point your left toes back. Nothing changed. Integrity of your form. And toes back, knees down. Let's go in child's pose. And we're going to explore now our first dolphin of the day. Lift your knees off the ground, find your forearms on the ground, and find your dolphin. So hopefully your hamstrings feel really nice and open. We'll hold. If your elbows are, so find that really nice point for your elbows, so not too close, not too far, somewhere in between. Keep holding. Lower down to your shins. The counter stretch here is arms back, and peel the chest open as you bend the elbows and lift the chest. And exhale, our second visit to dolphin pose. Now is the time that you can start to walk towards the wall like we talked about earlier. Strengthen your shoulders. Hopefully your hamstrings can straighten here, but no pressure. That just means you have to focus more on stretching. Good, lower the knees, counter stretch, arms back, chest open. And then this next one, you're either in child's pose or you're gonna take one more dolphin pose. So if you're like, you need a break right now, child's pose. If you want to keep going, dolphin. Walk the feet forward. Press the chest back. And then everyone lower down to your knees. Nice work. If you're already in child's pose, rise up. Rise up onto the shins, arms back, circles. So proud of you. Nice work. Shoulders can be pretty tired at this point. And then take your hands to your shoulders. Start to circle just the elbows. And we'll round all of that out with a forearm plank. Rest your forearms, tuck the toes, and lift your knees. Nice. All right, so some of you want to interlace your hands, you can. That's a little bit more support. And then let's go in for that plank. Tuck the left toes, lift it up, and hold. And switch. Right toes lift. And release the toes, release the knees, cat and cow. So proud of you. Good work. Strengthening here today. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale for cow pose. And then exhale, round the back. All right, we'll thread the needle. Inhale the right arm high. Exhale, thread the needle. We'll get to the wall part later. We're just gonna keep building here. Left toes down. You could take a bind. That feels good. And release. Left hand, left knee. Inhale the arm, right arm high. Circle the right arm back. We're trying to increase the mobility of our shoulders. Right hand down, inhale the left arm high, and thread the needle. Rest your left side face, right hand forward, maybe right toes back. Right knee comes down, right hand, and then inhale the left arm high, circle. Good. Plant your palms, slide the legs through. We'll take a moment here for a stretch. Legs in front of you, please. Sit up straight, flex the toes, inhale, reach the arms, and then exhale, bow forward. Bringing your palms as far forward as you can reach without compromising anything that hurts. You're just gonna round. It's a rounded back for this one. Walk your hands back, sit up straight. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, forward. Really trying to stretch your hamstrings here. It's all good if you're far away from your legs. That could mean your lower back needs stretching or your hamstrings. And begin to walk the hands closer to you. Rise up again. We got one more. Exhale. This time you can hold on to your feet. Flex those feet a lot. If you can reach, if not, hold on to the shins or the ankles. Nice. All right, inhale, lift. Take your feet, place them together, knees out open, hands onto your knees, and we'll counter stretch your right shoulder into the front and the left shoulder. So keep moving like this. All right, great work. One last. Extend the legs forward into a V shape. Inhale, arms high, then exhale, fold forward as you wish, the depth. You can choose here how forward you go. Maybe holding onto the outer feet if you can reach. Inhale, lift yourself up. And all right, take a drink of water real quick. Okay, perfect timing. So I asked you to find a wall earlier, so please find a wall. I'm gonna do this because my hands are slippery. So find a wall. You have 2 options. One option is your camel pose on the wall. So you can put your hips flush up against the wall here. Then using your pelvis, try to press against the wall, and then start to climb your gaze up the wall. So that's gonna really control the back bend. The other option, that's if you don't want to get upside down. The other option is, as you may have guessed, pincha mayurasana. So let's meet in dolphin. If you're gonna do the camel pose, we'll do 2 sides. So 2 times. So let's start. If you're doing pincha, let's start. Lift your right leg. And then remember, you keep the fingers pressed down onto the mat. Eventually, you'll find enough lift. So it's a lot of, so much years of practice, but that's what practice is for. So go ahead and try. If you're in that camel pose, if you want to turn on your video, I can help. But basically, lots to think about, a lot of shoulder stability. Fingertips will grip very firmly. Core is super stable. If you're using a wall, the goal is just please find the wall with your heel. So look for it. Hop. So keep practicing. If you're okay with the back bend, switch sides. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? If you're still doing camel pose, just rest. After a few attempts on one side, let's try the other side. So now, some of you in camel pose, you can walk away from the wall. So imagine the wall's in front of you, right? Turn yourself away. Right arm will try to reach for the wall, and then see how that feels. And then other one, the left arm. Work on shoulder mobility, back bends. All right, let's try our second pincha mayurasana. I'm gonna try it on my bad leg so that we're really trying to be even. And it's enough as long as you get your hips over the shoulders. Whoa, yeah, see, that's my bad side. The thing about pincha is if you fall out of it, it's awkward, but you're not gonna get hurt because your reflexes will turn on really fast, so don't worry about that. So one thing I did was I practiced that pose very often on my more flexible side. That's why I have it more easily on that side. So just be kind to yourself. If it's not working, at least you tried. So, all right, let's wrap it up. And perfect. All right, lift yourself up, down dog. I hope you're really proud of your strength. It's art. Yoga is like a body art where you get really strong, flexible, and mobile, and your joints are healthy. So inhale, look forward, bend the knees, exhale to the top, halfway lift, exhale, fold, inhale, rise up chair, then exhale, arms back, walk the feet wide, inhale, lift the chest, interlace hands behind you, chest expansion, then an exhale, bow forward for your bound forward fold. Shake your head yes and no. And then take the hands to your hips, rise up. We're just gonna do one final thing to even out. Inhale, lift the left knee. Sorry if I told you to get up too fast. And then circle the left knee out. We'll just do a quick warrior two now that we don't need to be front facing with our hips. Just take a few dips there, straighten and bend. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, extended side angle. We're focusing on facing forward so that we can really do good in our pincha. Now we can open up the hip. Inhale, reverse triangle, hands to hips, just one quick middle forward fold, Brastarita. Inhale, lift. Warrior two to the right. Inhale, reverse warrior, and a quick half moon, just for fun, basically. And then listen for the transition, bend your right knee, step forward to the top of your mat, feet together, arms up, hands to heart, sit back into chair pose. And then inhale the right leg high, circle out the right knee. And exhale, step back, warrior two. Just getting into your hips. Inhale, reverse triangle. And then exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, lift. Reverse warrior. Triangle, whichever one. Exhale, hands to hips. Pointed toes forward. Hands behind you. Inhale, chest extension. And exhale, bow forward. Point the toes forward too. Anything here. Holding onto the ankles, skandasana, whatever you need. Even out, please. And then hands to hips, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Left side, inhale, reverse. And then exhale, just a very fun, quick half moon pose. Whoa. It's okay to hold on to the floor. Bend your left knee and step up to the front. Inhale, arms high. Finale here is crow pose or tuck and curl. We'll all meet in down dog in about 5 breaths. Stretch out your neck if you're in that tuck and curl position. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right, right side pigeon, slide the right leg forward. Just check on the time here. Okay. Now's your time to relax. Bring your left leg into the midline. And slowly lift yourself up. If you came down, tuck the left toes, right leg up. Optional flip dog here if you want. And then exhale, switch, down dog, left leg, pigeon pose. Plant your palms, everyone. Tuck your right toes and the left leg up, maybe flip dog. And then exhale, release. Slide the legs through. Oof, that was a great class. Good work, you guys. And slowly release. Hoping that you feel strong and stretched out. Let's go back to those knee circles. Just relax your back. Circle the other way. And happy baby. Feel free to sway side to side. Rest your sacrum onto the mat. You can even do this where your feet are a little bit closer together. And let us all take a supine twist with your right leg wrapped around the left, if you can, or just regular one. And then exhale, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Inhale, center, please. And left leg on top, knees to the right, gaze left. Knees in. Hug your shins. And then exhale to your Shavasana. Lay down, please. Palms face up to receive, palms face down for grounding. Just remember that you are in charge of the thoughts that you let in, what enters your awareness on a daily basis. and knowing that yoga is a tool to quiet the mind, using the strength of the body to still the thoughts. The next few moments, one hand heart, one hand belly. And then inhale, arms overhead, big stretch. Hug your knees into your chest and roll to your favorite side. And then rise up to your seat. Then from here, we'll take an inhale, the arms high. Seated twist all the way, any side that you want. Inhale up, seated twist. Inhale up, and exhale, bow forward. From my heart to yours, namaste. May you continue to always practice, train the mind to hone in all the thoughts and just keep practicing. So thank you all, and thanks for taking time, for being here. It means so much to me, and I hope you feel good. Drink lots of water, and take care. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Bianca. Have a good weekend. Thank you, Bianca.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
guys.
weekend.
Thanks so
Thank you
much.
so much, Bianca.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Bianca. Have a good weekend.
Aw, thank you.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye, everyone.